ignore that. I'll let a little light in here. Okay. Good morning. If you're here for yoga, we are starting soon. I put a video on my YouTube earlier about some updates. So starting next week, I'll be moving the live sessions from 10 a.m. to 9 a.m. So they'll be 9 to 10. But they'll still be on here for you if you need to do them at a different time or whatever. So I'll just put the recorded sessions on here. And then in December, I'm going to take a break from doing the live sessions. This is wintertime, starts like workout stuff and like self-care stuff starts to slow down. It's like the same cycle every year. And also, I need to just take a moment to focus on my own self-care. And I also want to do like more music stuff too. So if you have any ideas for some videos you want to see on YouTube, I will continue to upload on YouTube. Any kind of different practices you want to see on YouTube, let me know, and I will make sure that I make that video for you. I'm going to try to continue to upload twice a week. So let's get started. Let's get on your mat, comfortable position. So today, I want to do this hand mudra called the Hakini mudra. And this mudra is touch the tips of your fingertips together. That's it. Kind of think of like a little small world in between your hands. And then just rest your hands down in your lap. And this is supposed to help open up your third eye, that intuition. So bring your hands into the Hakini mudra. And let's just take a few cleansing breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale through the nose. Hold it for a moment. Exhale, sigh it out. One more time. Inhale through your nose. Hold. Exhale, sigh it out. And let's come back to our natural breath. Come back to your natural breathing. Trying to allow the shoulders to relax away from the ears. Really trying to make a conscious effort here to let our body relax as we begin to prepare for our practice. And if you want to set an affirmation or an intention for your practice, you can do so now. Affirmations start with I am, I will, or I choose. Just letting that affirmation settle into your body. Envisioning that affirmation happening for you. Let's take another deep inhale in. Exhale, sigh it out. And then on your next inhale, feel free to keep your hands in the mudra for now. And feel free to keep your eyes closed if you like as we start rotating our head around. Moving to the right. Inhaling back. Exhaling forward. Just moving with your breath as you circle your head to the right. Let's do the same thing. Start to move your head to the left. Inhaling back, exhaling forward. Move with your breath. Bring your head back to neutral. Take your hands, bring them to the shoulders. Start to roll your shoulders in a circle. Inhaling up, exhaling back and down. And speak a little bit more on what I was mentioning earlier about wanting to stay up on my own practice. If you are somebody who watches these live sessions every week, your practice doesn't have to stop. When we take a break from the live sessions. So just make sure that through this time where seasonal depression can start to settle in, that you're continuing to do some forms of self-care. A couple more times moving backward. And let's do the same thing. Roll the shoulders forward, elbows making forward circles. And also I want to do some more like learning about different types of yoga and learning about sequencing and just to keep things interesting, to keep me fresh on, keep me fresh on what's new in yoga and keep me fresh on different types. And I want to be able to bring that to you all. So I want to have time to dive deeper into studying. And let's release the shoulders. Inhale the arms up. Interlace the fingers. Push the palms towards the ceiling. Exhale, release the hands. Start to twist to your left side. To your right side. Left hand on the outside of right knee, right fingertips, face the wall behind you. The gaze comes over your right shoulder. Take an inhale, come back to center, interlace the fingers, push the palms towards the ceiling again. Exhale, start to twist to the left. Right hand on the outside of left knee, left fingertips, face the back wall, gaze over your left shoulder. Take an inhale, come back up to center, interlace the fingers, palms press towards the ceiling again. Exhale, right hand comes down to the ground, left arm comes up and over. Then let that right forearm come down as well as we reach to our fingertips. And remember, this warm-up is on YouTube. I might do an updated yoga warm-up because I think I have like 2 things I've added. But this warm-up is on YouTube, and this is like pretty much the warm-up I do every class. Take an inhale, come to the center. Exhale over the left hand down, right arm up and over. I might change a few things here and there, but the base of the warm-up kind of stays the same. So if you really like this and you want me to do an updated video, I can do that. The video I did is like 2 years old or something. Inhale, come back to center. Interlace the fingers, press the palms away. Exhale, release the hands behind you. Interlacing the fingers behind your back. Let's roll those shoulders back. Chin lifts up towards the sky. Nice open chest. Take some breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the arms out wide with an inhale. Exhale, cross right arm over left, grabbing either shoulder. Tall, straight back. Tuck your chin down to your chest. Just giving yourself a hug. Inhale, come back. Bring those arms back out wide. Exhale, cross left over right, grab either shoulder. Tuck your chin down to your chest. Take an inhale again. Exhale, release the shoulders. Let's roll out our wrists. Bring the first finger and thumb together. Bringing pinkies together. And let the wrists roll. Hands roll off of each other. My hands are so tore up. I burned myself in the oven yesterday. My goodness. Trying to keep my hands moisturized for the winter time. You know, I have like eczema, so my hands get super dry. And then I burn myself, you know, I'm thinking I'm taking care of it. Let's do the same thing. Roll the hands away. And release the fingers. Hands come to heart center. Inhale. Exhale. Let the hands press into each other as they lower down towards the hips. Giving those hands a good stretch. I sprained my wrist like some years ago, and stretching my wrist during yoga really helps. Like every now and then I would have some pain, but lately I haven't been having any issues, so I think focusing on stretching my wrist is good. So if you like work on the computer and stuff, or if you have a old wrist injury, make sure you're stretching your wrist. Let's come up on hands and knees. Let's work into a little bit of cat-cow. Toes can be tucked or untucked, just depending on how you feel. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Rotate the eyes of the elbows forward so the creases of the elbows are facing forward. Take an inhale, chin lifts up towards the sky. Flip the tailbone upward for cow. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under. Bring the chin down to the chest for cat. Move in and out of cat and cow. Inhale up. Exhale down. Moving with our breath. Feel free to move at your own pace. Couple more times. Bring the spine back to neutral. Let's come down to our belly. Come into our forearms. Move into Sphinx Pose. So we're just going to stretch our neck out a little bit. I did a class a little while ago, and this lady did this to stretch her neck out. If I can't remember her name, but it's great for your neck. So just coming down to Sphinx Pose. Just take your chin and extend it towards the side of your mat, towards the right corner of your mat. Sticking the, just like jutting the chin out. It feels like it's silly, but you should feel that stretch on the left side of your neck. Come back to neutral. Let's bring our chin to the other side. So kind of extend your chin towards the top left corner of your mat. On the same thing, getting a good neck stretch. Come back to center. Now kind of press your forehead towards the right corner of your mat. I really feel this on my left side because I don't know what I did to my neck. It's always something going on with it. But I really feel it loosening those muscles in my neck. Let's do the same thing. Forehead towards the left corner of your mat. I love this stretch. Come back to center. Let's shift our weight back. Come into child's pose. So let's bring our big toes together and bring our knees out wide first for this child's pose. Take an inhale. Exhale. Melt your chest down towards that space in between your knees for your child's pose. Now, some people might not be able to sit all the way back on the heels, and that's just fine. If you need to have the tailbone up in the air, that works fine. Take one more full cycle of breath. Now let's stretch our shoulders out a little bit. All I want you to do is take your right hand, bring the palm facing upward, and thread it up underneath your left hand. Underneath your left arm. Let your right ear and right shoulder start to come down towards your mat. And if you want a little more, feel free to bend this left arm behind your back. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Let's take this left arm, thread it underneath the right arm. Left ear, left shoulder come down. You can let the right arm bend behind your back, or you can keep it overhead. I think we underestimate how much we use our neck and shoulders in our daily life. Our shoulders are so susceptible to injury, and our neck is so susceptible to injury. So it's important to stretch them out, take care of them. If you are somebody who works out a lot, take the time to stretch your body. Let's come back up to table pose, and we'll get ready to come up to our first down dog. Let's tuck our toes under, start to lift the hips up and back. Always remember, if you need to modify for down dog, that you can stay down to your knees and extend those arms out in front. So I'm going to come up to full down dog, but remember you have that option. And let's just pedal our feet out. Get a nice stretch in the back of the legs. And shift your weight from one foot to the other. Feel free to come up on the tippy toes and then press the heels back down. And before we walk up, let's bring our gaze up in between the hands and then start to walk our feet up behind the hands. You can always hop the feet up as well. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, let's melt down to a forward fold. Bring a deep bend into those knees. Kind of resting your chest down on top of the thighs in your forward fold. And you can grab those elbows and rock side to side. Release the elbows. Start to roll up to standing. Nice deep bend in the knees. Bring those arms with you. We're rolling up slowly. Hands in at the top. Inhale. Exhale the hands to heart center. Okay, good. This is a nice warm up. All right, let me check what you guys are saying. There's a lot of comments here. Hi, y'all. Thank you for watching. All right, we're going to keep going. So we're back at the top of our mat. Take your palms, face them outward. Let's rock back and forth from the balls of our feet to our heels. Coming to mountain pose. Bring your chin parallel to the floor. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, slide out. Ooh, relax those shoulders. Let's take an inhale. Start to extend those arms up towards the sky. Hands feet at the top, very small back bend. Exhale, fall down to a forward fold. You can let those hands grab the elbows again, or you can bring your fingertips to the ground. Inhale up to a half lift, press into those fingers, coming up, making sure the neck is in line with the spine. Fingertips can stay down on the ground, or hands can come to the shins. Make sure the shoulders are relaxed. Inhale, exhale, plant the hands down in front of the feet, stepping or jumping back to a modified plank or a full plank. If you want to modify, drop down to the knees. If you want a full plank, you can stay off the knees. Inhale, exhale, let's lower down for Chaturanga. Go ahead and lower all the way down to your belly for the first Chaturanga. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Make sure your elbows are tucked in. Peel the chest off the ground. Come to Cobra. Inhale. If you want a little more, extend the elbows. Come up to Up Dog. Let's make our way back to our Down Dog or Puppy Pose. You can shift your way back and come to Puppy Pose. Or you can tuck the toes under. Lift the hips up and back, coming back to your Down Dog. Let's take some breaths. Take your gaze, bring it up in between the hands. Step or jump the feet up behind the hands. Inhale up to your half lift again. Either keeping those fingertips on the ground or bringing the hands to the shins. Exhale, lower back down to your forward fold, grabbing those elbows or letting those fingertips stay on the ground. Deep bend in the knees, roll up to a steady position. Arms come with you. Inhale. Hands feet at the top, small back bend. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. And then release them back down to your mountain pose. Good. Let's move through that one more time, a little faster. Inhale, up. Small back bend. Exhale, dive down. Forward fold. Inhale, up, half lift. Neck in line with the spine, shoulders relaxed. Exhale, hands come down in front of the feet. Step or jump back to plank or modified plank. Inhale. Tuck those elbows in as you come down for Chaturanga. If you want more, come down halfway. Inhale up to Cobra or Up Dog, either just peeling the chest off the ground with elbows bent or straightening the elbows. Exhale, make your way back to Puppy Pose or up to Down Dog. Take some breaths. I've even seen lately people will modify by moving back to Child's Pose. So you can move back to Child's Pose even and take your breath in Child's Pose. Take your gaze, bring it up in between the hands. Step or jump the feet up behind the hands. Inhale up, half lift. Exhale down, forward fold. Inhale, one vertebrae at a time, all the way up. Hands feet at the top. Small back bend. Exhale, lift the heart center. And then back down to mountain pose. Lovely. All right. We are nice and warm. We've run through our sun salutations. So it should be pretty warm. Let's take our arms, extend them up. Inhale. Exhale, step back with the left foot. I want you to stay up on your left toe if you can, coming to high lunge. So if you need some more support, you can rotate the back heel down. If you're comfortable here, go ahead and step on that back toe. Try to make sure the knee is nice and aligned over your ankle. Hips are square with the front of the room. Arms are extended up, but shoulders are relaxed. Really extended through those fingertips. Active arms. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands heart to heart center. We're going to shift our weight forward, coming to a warrior three. So shift your weight forward onto this right foot. So if you need a little more support for balance, feel free to let this left toe tap down as much as you want, just bringing it off the ground a little bit. If you're comfortable, feel free to lower down more, bringing your body more parallel with the floor. It's up to you. Just listen to your body. Take an inhale. Exhale, release that left foot down. Almost fell. Go down to forward fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, melt down into your forward fold. If you want to release your back a little bit more, feel free to bend those knees. If you're trying to release the back of these legs, straighten the knees out a little bit more. Let's roll up to standing. Bring your hands to the waistband. Nice and rooted on your right foot. We're going to bring our left foot off the ground. Bringing it up to 90 degrees. Now, if you know you need a little balance support, go ahead and get close to a wall to help you. Or if you have a chair or a table or something that you can lean on, feel free to grab that. And now, let's take this left foot extended out. You might have your left foot extended out down low, or you might have it extended up high. This is really working the quad when you bring it up higher. Inhale. Exhale, step that left foot back, landing on the back toe, sweeping the arms back up, coming back to our high lunge again. Remember, rotate the heel down if you need support. Inhale. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Let's lean our body forward and twist to the right side. Good. You can stay here if you want to challenge. See if you can bring those arms out wide, maybe. If you want to challenge. Inhale. Exhale, hands come back to heart center. Bring the body back to center. Hands come down on either side of the foot. Step that right foot back. Feel free to drop down to your knees and take a break. Or you can move through your vinyasa. If you want to move through your vinyasa, we'll lower down. Chaturanga. Inhale up. Cobra or up dog. Exhale, make our way back to down dog. And remember, you can drop down to the knees if you like, or come to child's pose if you need a break. Take one more breath. Take your gaze, bring it up in between the hands. Start to walk your feet up behind the hands. Feel free to hop up as well. Deepen in the knees, roll up to a standing position. Arms come with you. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. This time, let's step back with our right foot. Just repeating everything on this side. Left knee nice and aligned over our ankle. Hips square up in front of the room. Sweep the arms up. Relax the shoulders, but keep the arms active. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Shift your weight forward onto the left foot. Remember, you can bring the toes inches off the ground. You can bring them a foot off the ground, or you can start to bring your body forward. Grab onto a wall or anything if you need some support. Inhale. Exhale, release the right foot down, come down to forward fold. Good. Deepen the knees, roll up to a standing position. Inhale. Exhale, take the hands, release into the waistband. Let's take our foot, left foot, getting rooted in our left foot, getting ready to balance on this foot this time. Right knee comes up to 90 degrees. Remember, use this left hand, grab the wall if you need to. And then start to extend this foot forward. Feel that quad working. Very tiny, like subtle move, but you can definitely feel it up in the thigh. Step through with that left foot, landing on the back toe. Remembering to rotate the heel down if you need support. Square these hips with the front of the room. Sweep these arms up. High lunge. Inhale. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Let's lean our bodies forward. Twist to the left. If you want more, bring those arms out wide. If you want more. Inhale. Exhale, back to center. Hands come down on either side of the foot. Feel free to take a rest, or left foot could come back and you can move through your vinyasa. Remember, that's optional. Take some breaths. Let's take our gaze, bring it up in between the hands. Step and jump the feet up behind the hands. Roll up to a standing position. Inhale. Hands are at the top. Exhale and down to heart center. Good. Take a couple breaths. I'm going to take a sip of water. I'm hot, but I'm not going to take off my sweatshirt. It's too much work. Coming back to the top of our mat. Let's sweep our arms up. Inhale. Exhale. Let's prepare ourselves for our chair pose. So to prepare yourself, I want you to pull your belly button back towards your spine. Bring your tailbone down towards the ground. Making a nice structure, a nice base, so that when we come back to our chair pose, it'll be nice and balanced. Sweeping the arms up. Remember, pull that back. Tailbone is starting to curl down towards the ground. Hopefully that makes sense. And we'll start to bring our hips back. Should be able to wiggle the toes. Should be able to see your toes. So your chair pose shouldn't look like this. Shouldn't be leaning forward, but bringing your weight into the heels. Good. One more breath. Step that left foot back. Rotate the back heel down flat. Bring the arms out wide. Come to warrior two. Make sure that knee is nice and aligned over the ankle. Arms are out wide. Shoulders relaxed. Check the alignment of your arms. Because sometimes we don't know how our body moves in space. So our arms are like this. You know, check your arms. Make sure they're in alignment. Good. Start to straighten your front knee. We're going to take this left hand, bring it down on the inside of the right foot for Revolve triangle pose. Now, if you need to bend this front knee, please bend it. Please don't rip or tear anything. Good. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down on either side of the foot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, melt down towards this front leg for pyramid pose. Remember, if you need to bend your knee, that's okay. That is okay. Your practice does not have to look exactly like mine or anyone else's. Now let's shift our weight forward onto this right foot and move into a standing split. I'm doing this because I can't do a split. I haven't done a split in a long time. So your leg might look like this, which is fine. It might come up some more, which is fine. It might be up even more. Good. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower that left foot down. Let's bring a slight bend into our left knee. And then we're going to try to keep this right leg a little bit more straight. And I'm using straight loosely because I know a lot of us, our right leg might not come completely straight. But having that bend in the knee is good. At least a micro bend. We're trying not to lock our right knee out. Our left hand is going to come in front of that left foot. And then we're going to extend our right arm up towards the sky. Now you should feel a pretty good stretch along the right leg. Inhale. Exhale, lower the left hand down. Let's come up to a standing position. Inhale. Exhale the hands back to heart center. Good. Now, you can stay here standing if you like. If you want to move the other vinyasa, bring those hands down to the ground. Step or jump back to plank. And move the other vinyasa. But feel free to stay standing in your mountain pose. Let's take our gaze, bring it up in between the hands. Feet come up behind the hands. Rolling up to that standing position if you're not already there. Inhale. Exhale the hands to heart center. Let's prepare for our chair pose again. Pulling our belly button back towards our spine, rounding our tailbone down towards the floor. Just trying to keep our core active and make a nice base for our chair pose. Sweep those arms up. Inhale. Exhale. Sit back into your chair. I know a lot of people, when they do yoga, they want to go straight to handstands and headstands, but those aren't as possible if you don't have a strong core. So a lot of these poses are still important to do. Step back with our right foot. Rotate the back heel down flat. Left knee aligned over the ankle. You might even have to walk those toes up a couple inches. Arms come out wide. Come to warrior two. Check the alignment of the arms. Even poses like warrior two help you build a strong core. Doing more isometric work instead of like reps and things. It's a different sensation. It's a different feeling. Start to straighten that front leg. Rotate this back hand down towards the inside of the left foot. Bend this front knee if you need to. Left arm extends up. If you can, try to look up towards that left hand. It's kind of hard, for me at least. Inhale. Exhale, lower this left hand down. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, come down to pyramid pose. Bend that knee if you need to. It's a really good stretch for me, and that sciatica pain I get, you always hear me talking about. Let's shift our weight forward, moving into our standing split. Weight shifts forward onto the left foot. Start to lift the right foot off the ground as much as you like. Inhale. Exhale, lower the right foot down. Bend into the right knee. Try to keep that left leg more on the straighter side. Right hand rests in front of the right foot. Left arm extends up. Maybe our gaze comes up towards that left hand. Maybe it looks down towards the ground. You're just feeling it out. Feeling what feels good in your body. Inhale. Exhale, lower the left hand down. Roll up to a standing position. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. We're going to make our way back down towards our mat. So if you want to move through your vinyasa first, you can. If you just want to come straight down, you can. So I'm going to move through my vinyasa. So I'm going to inhale up, exhale down. Move through my vinyasa. You might be doing the same, or you might be resting on your knees right now. Either one works for me. Inhale. Exhale, drop down to the knees. Come back to your child's pose. Take one more breath in your child's pose. Let's shift our weight forward and come down to our belly. One more active pose, and then we'll try to start to cool our body down after this. So take your arms, bring them to your sides. Forehead is probably straight on your mat to start. And palms are facing upward. I want you to peel those shoulders off the ground, reach those arms back. You can stay just like this. If you're okay with this, if you're super comfortable here, bring those legs off the ground. Try to bring those thighs off slightly. It's going to build some strength in our back. Also, it's going to massage those organs as we're breathing. Inhale, exhale, relax. We'll do it one more time. Peel those shoulders off the ground and reach those hands back. And if you're comfortable here, lift the legs up. One more breath. Good. Relax down. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, elbows tucked in, and shift your weight back to your child's pose again. Let's come up to a seated position. You can cross your ankles behind you, swing your feet out in front if that's comfortable. Let's extend those legs out. Sweep those arms up, inhale. Exhale, lead with the chest. Coming down to seated forward bend. Now once you lower down, it's okay to round your back some. Let's roll up. Bend your knees, bring the bottom of your feet together. Bring your heels as close to your body as you can. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower down. Hands are cupping the feet. Let those elbows press into the thighs and press them down a little bit lower. And as you breathe into the stretch, the hips might start to loosen up a little bit more. Take a couple more breaths here in your bound angle pose. Take the legs, extend them out in front, and I'll give you the option to either move into staff pose or intense east pose. So for staff pose, our hands are down at our sides, and we're just pressing into our hands. Your hips might lift off like a millimeter, and that's totally fine. If you want more, you're gonna bring your hands back a little bit more and lift your hips off the ground. Making a ramp, shoulders down towards the feet. Squeeze the glutes just to keep those hips lifted. Inhale, exhale, go ahead and come down. Good. Let's bend at our right foot, right knee. Bringing the bottom of the foot on the inside of the left thigh. Take our right hand, same side as our bent knee. Reach for the outside of your left foot. Gaze is over to the left. Chest lowers down towards the extended leg. If you're super comfortable here and you know that you're okay to do this, you can tuck your foot on the inside of your hip. So we're getting a hip stretch here, and we're getting a hamstring stretch. I even feel it up in my calf. Couple more breaths on this side. Let's roll back up to seated and do it on the other side. Right leg extends out, left knee is bent, bottom of the foot can come on the inside of the thigh, or you can tuck that foot in the hip. Left hand, same side as your bent knee, reaches for the outside of the right foot. You don't have to be able to reach it all the way. Right arm behind your back, lower your chest down as much as you can. Don't think that just because you can't fully reach your foot that it's not doing anything for your body. That's the great thing about yoga, is listening to your body, knowing that yoga is going to meet you where you are. And that even if your pose doesn't look like mine or doesn't look like somebody else's, that doesn't mean that it's not valid, that it's not working for you. You know what you feel in your body. Couple more breaths. Roll up to a seated position. Bend those knees, bring the feet flat on the ground. Scoot your hips close to your heels and roll down to your back. Let's take the knees and hug them into the chest. Rocking side to side. Keep your right knee hugged in. Extend your left leg. Right arm extends out to the side. Pull that right knee over to the left. You guys know this is one of my favorites. I heard somebody call it the free chiropractic adjustment. It's such a good pose. And then if you can, look over there right to the right arm, where you can look up towards the ceiling. Up to you. Don't be discouraged if your knee doesn't quite touch the ground all the way, that's fine. We're working on it. That's the important thing. We're working on it. Inhale. Exhale, knees come back to center. Rock side to side a little bit. Right knee stays hugged in. Left knee this time stays hugged in as the right leg extends. Right hand pulls the left knee over to the right. Left arm is out to the left side. Gaze might be up towards the ceiling and might be over to the left. Couple more breaths on this side. Inhale. Exhale the knees back to center. Hug the knees into the chest. Let's release the knees. Let's come into a reclined bound angle, bringing the bottom of the feet flat. Bring the bottom of the feet together, letting them rest. Knees fall out to the side, and gravity is going to pull your knees down towards the floor. If it feels like it's too intense, scoot those feet out. If you're super comfortable here, feel free to stay here for your Savasana. Or you can move into corpse pose, releasing those legs, letting the feet extend down towards the edges of your mat. Arms rest at your sides, palms facing upward. And let's just begin to transition into our Savasana. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, side out. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, side out. One more deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, side out. And come back to your natural breath. You can stay laying down. If you prefer to sit up for your Shavasana, you may do that as well. And just start to focus your attention in on your breath. Start to imagine that your body relaxes a little bit further each time you exhale. Focus in on the subtle movements of your body as you take each breath. Feeling your chest rise as your lungs fill up with air. And feeling your chest relax as the lungs empty. And as you're trying to focus in on your breath, it's natural for outside thoughts to start to come into your mind. It's natural for there to be distractions. As you notice these thoughts and distractions, let them pass. And then focus back in on your breath. Coming back to your breath each time. Coming back to the breath over and over. Letting these distractions and thoughts just pass through. Trying not to focus in on them or let them settle into your mind, but letting them be visitors and letting them leave. Coming back to the breath each time. Just continue to let your attention focus back in on your breath each time your mind wanders. Spend your next few moments here, bringing your attention back. Bringing the attention back every time. And now, on your next few breaths, inhale slowly to a count of 4. Hold your breath for a moment. And then exhale to that same count of 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Let your next few cycles of breath repeat this pattern. Inhaling to 4, pausing, exhaling to 4. And on your last exhale, bring your breath back to its natural state. Notice the difference in how your body feels. And then on your next inhale, just begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, making subtle movements in the body as you come back into the room and back into your body. And on your next inhale, roll over onto your favorite side, using your arm as a pillow. Take a moment here to reflect on your practice, to revisit the affirmations you may have said at the beginning of class. Also, take a moment to show yourself some gratitude. Tell yourself thank you for practicing some self-care, some self-love. And when you're ready, if you're not already seated, roll up to a seated position. Let the hands rest on the legs. And when you're ready, we'll inhale the hands up above us in prayer. Exhale, float the hands down to heart center. Let those thumbs press into the heart. I want to thank you all for being here with me, for allowing me to be your guide, and for taking your time to practice with me. Namaste. Okay, yogis, thank you for joining me today. So next week, we will do our practice again, but I'm moving the practice an hour earlier, moving from 10 a.m. to 9 a.m. So if you're not following the yoga page or the Instagram, be sure to do that so that you are in the know. And I will see you next time. Thank you for being here. I'm so relaxed. I don't want to move, but I gotta. So see you next time. Thank you. Bye.